We're going to go over this article that just came out today, but I want to say two words first. Unalienable rights. You have unalienable rights. I don't care what age you are. You have rights. Rights that nobody gave you and rights that nobody can legitimately take away from you. And I'm going to say four more words. Shall not be infringed. You have the unalienable right to keep and bear arms, and nobody shall infringe on that right. Seems pretty simple. Seems like all a politician's job is to make sure that those rights are secured. All an ATF official's job is to make sure those rights are secured and that nobody tampers with them. But what happens? The person who's supposed to be secure in those rights ends up being the guy who tries to take those rights away. This says, video, warrantless ATF agents show up at Delaware man's home, demand to see his guns. And how did they find out that he has guns? Well, they conduct background checks. And when there are background checks, there are paper trails. And when there are paper trails, there are people who shove their nose into business that's not theirs. And that's your business. They're trying to find out what you're doing, what you got, how many do you have? How many guns did this guy buy? Did he buy a whole arsenal? No, but he could have. Why? Because he has the right to keep and bear arms. Doesn't say how many, doesn't say what kind. But he only bought 2 firearms, and then he goes up on a radar over at the ATF. It goes off as a red flag, and it's something that, according to these guys, must be investigated. The agents, along with a state trooper, who all took an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. That's protect and defend your unalienable rights, and to not be an infringement on those rights, but they become the infringement. The state agents, along with the state trooper, showed up at a man's family home after he purchased a few firearms. It says warrantless ATF agents show up on the front porch of a Delaware man's home, demanding to see his firearms, and the agents claimed they were investigating straw purchases and that the man had been flagged in their system after making a large firearm purchase of a whopping 2 firearms. Can you imagine what they would be doing? They'd have the house surrounded if you bought 10. There'd be SWAT teams deployed and helicopters in the air and dogs on the ground if you bought 20. But these agents come to his house, and the Delaware man, who had not shared his name, posted a video of the interaction with the ATF agents and a member of the Delaware State Police online. Again, they took an oath to protect, defend, and secure the Constitution of the United States, which is your unalienable rights, not to come and infringe on those rights. The footage was captured from his family home's Ring doorbell and shows one ATF agent and a Delaware state cop standing out in front of the porch while the other ATF agent takes up a position in the yard. We're just going to go ahead and take a look at this real quick.
Sir?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I'm doing is verifying that, verifying that you have it. You got 2 different purchases.
Okay.
If you have them, I'm out of here. That's how quick it is. Yeah. Do you have them with you by any chance? Are they? If you can unload them and bring them out, or you can go out to your...
It's none of your business whether he has them or not. And you shouldn't be there in the first place. This guy will admit later on in this video, or maybe it's in this next video down here, but he'll admit that nothing was, the guy didn't do anything wrong. He did not commit a crime. He didn't even violate any kind of policy. They're just here to make sure that the weapons that he bought, he still has, to make sure he wasn't a straw purchaser buying this firearm for somebody else who is not allowed to buy those firearms.
To your foyer here, check them out, fight number, serial number, and we're out of here.
Like this?
Yep.
That's it. It'll take 5 seconds.
The reason we're out here is we're obviously gun violence has been an uptick, so we want to make sure we've been having a lot of issues with straw purchases. So one of the things indicators that we get is somebody makes like a large gun purchase, and then a lot of times we've been there like, oh, those guns got taken. We're like,
so the idea is when you purchase more than 2 guns at a time, it generates a multiple cell report. And it comes to us, and we have to check them out. Okay. That's all that is. He did nothing wrong. Did absolutely zero. I noticed that you were stopped in Philly, though, right?
You did nothing wrong. Absolutely zero. Then why are you here? So I didn't commit a crime? You don't suspect me of committing a crime? And yet here you are because you want to inspect my property? You want to make sure that the property I bought is still in my possession? What if it's not? It's none of your business. What if it is? It's none of your business. And then he says you were stopped in Philly. And then the next, there's only 2 videos right here, and this is the last one. This is the second one.
We'll wait. Do you feel more comfortable?
I'm okay. I didn't expect.
Oh no! But listen, it just came up. I'm telling you, that's why we came here. Look, there's an email from the federal side saying, hey, can you make sure this guy's got his gun? Now, if you recently just purchased a whole bunch of guns, if we can look at them and just
I have them all.
scratch them off, and that way, because I know we're
So
going
we
to see
don't have
this
to
list
come
again.
back. Yeah, we can just write which ones you just bought, Okay. and so we save a trip from coming back. We just confirm that you have them.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I'll go get them.
Okay.
Okay.
We will wait out here.
Okay.
We will stay out here.
Okay.
You can lock yourself
Just
in
have
there.
my little boy in there and my wife.
Yeah,
Oh no! Listen, I understand. We'll stay out.
So even though these agents are being really cool, they're being cool tyrants. They're actually committing a traitorous act. They're being traitors to the Constitution of the United States, and they're putting this man and his family in jeopardy. Remember what happened to Randy Weaver? Remember what they accused Randy Weaver of doing? Of selling 2 sawed-off shotguns to undercover ATF agents. What did the ATF and the FBI do to Randy Weaver? They killed his wife, they killed his son, and they killed his dog. Do you remember Waco? What happened in Waco? The ATF and the FBI burned 76 people alive in Waco, Texas, in the Koresh compound. Gotta make it sound as bad as possible. What were they supposedly doing? Stockpiling weapons. Don't you have the right to keep and bear arms, which shall not be infringed? Yes, you do on American soil. 76 people died. 21 of those people were children. ATF and the FBI. So these are ATF agents. Your life is in danger when you're confronted with ATF agents, these armed thugs of the state who don't care about protecting your unalienable rights, who don't care about shall not be infringed. They're at your door. What would you do if these guys came to your door? Let's just watch the rest of this. There's only like 13 or 14 seconds left here.
We'll stay out here. No big deal.
That's fine.
All right.
We'll stay out here.
All right.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't blame him for being skittish. I mean, after all, we are over here trying to infringe on his unalienable right. Wait a second, infringe on his unalienable rights? Oh, that's right. Remember, guys? Hey, state trooper, didn't you take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic? You know what? I, as an ATF agent, did the same thing, and FBI agents do too, but we've become the very domestic terrorist organization that we swore to protect the American public from. What's going on here? What would you have done? I don't know. Maybe, sorry, officer, I took a short nap. I fell asleep in America. Did I wake up in China or Mexico or something? I mean, is this still America? Is this the land of the free, home of the brave? Or is this the land of the fee and home of the slave? Is there still a Second Amendment? Right to keep and bear arms, which shall not be infringed? Is there a Fourth Amendment? Do I really have to show you the firearms that I purchased? Do I even have to let you know that I purchased firearms? Aren't I secure? Don't I have a right to be secure in my person's houses, papers, and effects? How is you being at my door securing my rights under the Constitution that you swore to protect and defend? So you might be asking, how did this end? According to a report from Armed American News, which interviewed the unnamed Delaware homeowner after he retrieved one of his firearms and the agents matched the serial number to one on their paperwork, the warrantless gun cops were satisfied, not requesting to see any more. They wished the homeowner a good night and left, the report says. So these guys violated rights. Admitted the guy had committed no crime. He wasn't even suspecting of committing a crime. Hey, we're just trying to check you out. We're just trying to make sure that the guns that you purchased, matches the serial number on our little list right here. This isn't registration. We're not keeping any kind of registration database or anything, but we just want to make sure that those serial numbers match what's on our list and make sure that you have them in your possession and you weren't some kind of straw purchaser. Not that we suspect that you've committed any crime or anything. This is America, guys. This is the kind of stuff that needs to be resisted. And you know what? By resist, I don't mean begging politicians to not make certain laws or begging politicians to make certain laws to protect us. There's already a law of the land, shall not be infringed. You can't do better than that. It's called the supreme law of the land. It's not about begging politicians to make more laws or delete the laws that are in existence. It's about, you know what, politicians, you can make whatever laws you want to. I'm free. And I just want to let you know up front, that all those laws, which is just the opinions of politicians backed by the threat of force, will be ignored. Why? Because we have unalienable rights. And nothing supersedes freedom. Not safety, not security, nothing. Because if you give up a little essential liberty to obtain politically promised security, which never comes, you deserve neither liberty nor security. Share this video with everybody you know, everywhere you can on social media, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Subscribe for more tyranny-busting content.